Hi guys, future meteorologist Alex Tomasic reporting here with the weather. I've been gone for let's say 3 weeks actually. Haven't done a weather update ever since, but I hope you have amazing evening and a couple weeks. A quick recap here. New Jersey floods, devastating storms last Monday. We've had numerous flash floods in New Jersey and New York City. One of the worst flooding events since Ida. My friend recorded some of the lightning bolts we've seen. I mean, unbelievable. If you did see my latest videos, that was my friend recording. Holy crap, guys. These lightning strikes were bare feet away from him. It was scary. I mean, these things had so much power in them. It was insane. So, glad that's out of the way. But anyways, we do have some storm activity going on near Georgetown in the DC metro area tonight. This mainly weakened. This was quite a strong line earlier near Salisbury and Pocomoke City. Traversed through Delaware, and it is pretty much done. Numerous flash floods all over the area from DC into Virginia, into Delaware, into Maryland. So plenty of activity tonight, starting to wind down, thankfully. But we're going to refire that chance tomorrow. And tomorrow could be a very big day. We're expecting a big cold front arriving for the region, and this will provide a lot of instability and fuel for the atmosphere. And I think this area right in here is going to be a trouble spot for severe thunderstorms tomorrow for sure. So we do have a slight risk for that area, and we just have to keep an eye out on for tomorrow. Looking at the NAM guidance for tomorrow, you can definitely see tonight's activity is definitely going to wind down quite a bit. And that's what the NAM is hitting here. Morning activity, I think the NAM is underdoing the fact we might have a couple thunderstorms, maybe even strong, across portions of New Jersey and Rhode Island and Long Island. So be aware that there could be a thunderstorm chance, certainly for Sunday morning, but that will clear out. And by noon, we're going to have instability values of up to 3,000 to potentially even up to 4,000 joules per kilogram, just ripe and ready to rock with these severe thunderstorms starting to develop from the north. These are from New York, and I would say Boston and Massachusetts. I know some of my friends are from there that I met. You guys have a pretty solid chance of seeing some severe weather tomorrow, and cannot even rule out a rotating thunderstorm, maybe even a brief spin up. So any of these cells could do that. And as you can see, by 4, this atmosphere becomes volatile for New England, especially New York, Massachusetts. New Jersey is on the cusp a little bit, but we do have a slight risk for them. So I do want to keep an eye out for New Jersey as well, knowing that they had these significant thunderstorms this week. It was insane. So we're going to keep an eye out for New Jersey because that might be a hot spot as well. Anyways, getting into the 6 p.m. hour, lines of thunderstorms impacting the northeast. Massachusetts really getting hammered by those heavy downpours, hail, damaging wind gusts even up to 60 miles per hour. But I do want to pay attention to Jersey as well. Even though we might not have a widespread severe threat, any one of these storms could be significant severe. And could we get an enhanced risk tomorrow? It is certainly possible, and we gotta keep an eye out for that. Main focus, I think, will be in Massachusetts if we got that enhanced risk, but we gotta see. Anyway, 7 p.m., lines of thunderstorms start to continue offshore into the border of New Jersey and New York, and some of these thunderstorms will start marching into the I-95 corridor, impacting Hartford, Worcester, Scranton, Yonkers, Yeah, in those areas. 8 p.m., I do disagree that the NAM is cutting off some of that activity in New Jersey. Still, a strong line going from Massachusetts all the way down to, let's say, the northeastern corner of New Jersey. 9 p.m., storm still ongoing into Long Island. However, they probably might have weakened, but this certainly might be underdone. 10 p.m., still going across Rhode Island and Massachusetts. And finally, this front exits out, and temperatures are really going to start to drop for Monday and Tuesday. Just absolutely really comfortable and amazing. But we have to get through this severe weather threat first, because I think this could be a volatile day for some tomorrow. Very, very, very volatile. And I think we might even see an enhanced risk embedded in that slight risk. So be aware, be prepared for any storms that come tomorrow. Make sure you have those weather alerts on. And, I mean, we just got to see what happens, man, because I think we got a volatile cold front coming through. Temperatures from that drop in 20 degrees, this might be a substantial storm system. Anyways, looking ahead to the, let's say end of week, you're going to start to see the high pressure really start to dominate for the whole entire Northeast, and this is really going to start to heat you up. See that high pressure from Canada? This is really going to start to zone into the Northeast, going to give you temperatures up near 100 near New Jersey and Connecticut even. So we have a high pressure. However, if we do look at the end of the week, we're going to start to see a ring of fire pattern set up right in store for the Northeast. And this is going to give you problems. See that storms up there in the Northeast? That's a problem. And we're going to take a look at the 12Z to extend this further. Friday, storms, not so much for New Jersey. However, Saturday, that might be another chance. Sunday, look at this widespread thunderstorm activity, and I think some of it could be severe, certainly. This continues all the way into Monday. More widespread thunderstorms, very widespread, in fact. Tuesday, Wednesday. So you get the idea. Ring of fire setting up, and there's going to be a lot of thunderstorms for our area in the Northeast. And you just gotta be aware of this threat, and the ring of fire could really start to set in. And we are gonna be talking about a potential threat. In fact, for a derecho in the Midwest and maybe crossing into the Northeast. And to remind you, a derecho is a fast line of moving thunderstorms which produces over 60 miles per hour in 250-mile location from west to east. Significant hail or even tornadoes embedded in that line. So we may have a derecho threat developing for the end of July into August. And I'm telling you, this might be dangerous. So just, you gotta stay tuned for this. And I think we might be talking about a more pronounced threat of severe weather. Not this scattered stuff we had this week with the stationary front. These storms were literally stationary across portions of the area. Just dumped and dumped and dumped rain. I think one station in New Jersey reported 10 inches of rain in like maybe an hour and a half or two. Wild, wild stuff. And I mean, what my friend showed me with those lightning bolts, Jesus Christ, I thought he was going to get killed. So, I mean, it was unbelievable. Really. It really was unbelievable. And I think this weather pattern is just going to continue. Tomorrow, dangerous weather ahead. Well, not as widespread for us, but again, any significant cell that develops could be problematic. And then next week, you're going to be dominated with high pressure, but by the end of the week, we're talking about ring of fire and a repeat of severe weather, potentially for multiple days of events. So that is your weather forecast for tonight. This is Alex Tomasic, feature meteorologist, signing off. I hope you guys have a great night, and we are looking for a busy day tomorrow.